X-Men have been saving the day for decades, so they have more villains than one can count. So here are a few that have gotten lost to time. 10. Bloodshadow, a Wolverine villain with a very cool concept. His mutant ability was telepathy, with the added benefit of a complete understanding of the human body and what nerves to hit to make someone pass out. So he will not only know your next move in a fight using his telepathy, he will do that and also calculate in his head what nerve bundles he will have access to in that moment and press them so you pass out. It makes Bloodshadow leave most fights unscathed and his opponent absolutely crumpled. In his final appearance, Bloodshadow took telepathy a bit too far, attempting to mess with Wolverine's head. He accidentally unlocked Wolverine's basic animal instincts, and soon he was nothing more than a puddle. 9. Smoke and Succubus. Not much is known about these villains since they appeared and disappeared just as quick. Smoke is a cloud of smoke that can still be hurt. Wolverine sliced right across the middle, and the two halves of smoke never actually came back together. Succubus was not a lizard, but she really looked like one. She had a tongue that was very long, so that meant she could grab things with it. She appeared very strong and had pointy claws and teeth. Neither of the two villains survived past their second appearance. 8. Pretty Boy. Pretty Boy is pretty and has some pretty cool cybernetic implants that can expand to be 3 times their length. He can access a person's brain using fiber optic filaments in his eyes, and then he just kind of like reprograms you. Pretty Boy is known for his affiliation with Donald Pierce and a membership in the merc group The Reapers. 7. Conquistador. Orlando Furio wanted to conquer the world, so he kidnapped Beast and his parents to get Hank to steal a mini energy reactor to power a machine designed to create global disasters. The X-Men eventually arrived and made sure that machine would never be used even once, and freed Hank and his parents. The Conquistador was really committed to his bit though. He carried a sword designed to look like what the Conquistadors would have had that split into a 3-pronged stun weapon, and not only did he dress the part, but he managed to find a bunch of other people who were also willing to dress like that to be his henchmen. He operated out of a building that was either from that time or built in that fashion, and no one is doing it like this anymore. Please just bring back villains that had a theme and stuck to it. 6. Bloody Bess. We love her, a pirate, part of the Crimson Pirates, fighting the X-Men and taking the team. Bess was in charge of keeping them in check. The X-Men did escape, of course, like they're the X-Men, and Bess later returned and even had a little moment with Nightcrawler. They had a little thing going. Last we know of Bloody Bess, she has dedicated her days to finding her old pirate friends. All in all, very cool character on a cool team, and yet she has less than 10 appearances, which is a crime. 5. Collective Man. This villain is actually 5 brothers merged into one. When they merged together, they apparently gained a connection to everyone in China. The connection allows Collective Man to draw on power from any Chinese person they want. Drawing on 10,000 people's strength gave Collective Man enough muscle to handle Sasquatch, but it's not all sunshine and rainbows. The brothers almost passed away from absorbing too many people's life forces at one time. The brothers also have a very odd ability. They can make any Chinese person a clone of one of the brothers and then merge with them. They have a hive mind, meaning they can mentally speak to each other, plus if they just want to like speak to each other the old-fashioned way, but they're far away, they can teleport to where their brother happens to be. 4. Black Shadow and White Shadow. This mutant's name went unrevealed, but Wolverine gifted him the nickname of Man Mountain, so there is that. The mutant in question has multiple personality disorder, and that went hand in hand with his mutant status because he was capable of generating shadow energy forms. So for 2 of his personalities, he had 2 shadowy figures, Black Shadow and White Shadow. Black Shadow was destruction. Everything it saw was fair game to be messed up. White Shadow was set on stopping Black Shadow, and the mutant, well, he was trapped in an asylum while the shadows ransacked the city. 3. El Tigre. Juan Merzos was a treasure hunter specifically focused on treasures from the ancient world, and he's a menace. That is literally what he is described as on the cover of his debut comic. He found an amulet that belonged to a Mayan sun god, granting him an array of powers like telepathy, telekinesis, and something called precognition, knowing if danger is coming or near. El Tigre, with all those powers, only exists when he has part of the Sky God's amulet. When both pieces are put together, then he just turns into the Sky God. 2. Pink Lady. She's so fun and isn't so much a villain as she is just like a general troublemaker. Her and Wolverine cross paths because Wolverine was tasked with capturing the pink mink. When the pink mink is exposed to oxygen, the Pink Lady appears, and here on Earth we have a lot of that oxygen. She spent some time here in Toronto, Canada when she was captured by Hunter Joe. Pink Lady had limited hypnotic powers and unlimited teleportation abilities. She was in search of fun, and I mean, girls just want to have fun, so you can't really blame her for that at all. 1. Roadshow Brotherhood. Nightcrawler was a circus boy and then was tipped off about some monsters posing as humans. The monsters pretty quickly surrendered to Wolverine and Nightcrawler, and it didn't take long for the pair to realize the fake humans weren't the real monsters, that would be Nightcrawler's childhood friend that runs the Roadshow Brotherhood. The gaggle of villains are strange to say the least. They're all supercharged versions of like classic circus acts. There's a bearded lady that can control her facial hair so she can make it grow really, really long and trap you in it. The strong man is just like extra strong. There's clowns. I don't know what powers they have, but they bite a lot. The circus was used by a scientist for experimentation, and in return, they got powers to fight the monsters. Wolverine puts an end to Nightcrawler's deranged former childhood friend, and unfortunately, the monsters are no more by the end of the issue 2. They do forgive the humans forgive the monsters, but there's just no monsters at the end, unfortunately, and no circus either, fortunately. But what do you think? Let us know your favorite X-Men villain in the comment section down below. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye, nerds!